Hello and welcome to the very first video on this channel, and of course the very first army showcase. Today I am showcasing my Warhammer 30k Ultramarine force, my boys in blue. I've split it up roughly into the different troops choices, special elites choices, fast attack, heavy support, Lord of War, and in fact I've forgotten one, so let me put that in. There we go, it's snuck in at the back there. It's not really difficult to see, it's plain that I was missing. So, I'm going to run through each, well not each unit individually, but the main sections of it. I'll shoot the camera, but you've sort of got HQs, troopsy choices, I'm not training like troop choices, heavy supports, elites and dreadnoughts, stuff over there, lords and heavies over there. Let's go one by one and have a look around. So I've started down here with my HQs. All of my HQs and with all of my Ultramarine army I've split into proper divisions and companies and such. Well, it is one company, it's split into chapters, my bad. They were called the 21st chapter, 21st chapter, which is the 200th to the 220th companies. I'll put a link down in the description of where I've an image, or I'll show it on the screen now, of everything that I split it up into. My chapter master, which ran as a praetor, was a guy called Lucian Ivar, and we ran a heresy campaign where we had a specific faction. I was fighting against World Eaters and Death Guard along with Space Wolves, and we had our own planet that we fought over. But Lucian Ivar was my character, who we gave some own special rules. I had two more praetors, which were my battalion leaders, and then each of those battalions had 5 centurions under them as captains. I had a delegatus, Legion Champion, Master Signals, the Snipey one, Legion Champion, Master Signal, Master Siege, Master Signals, Moritat, and Legion Champion, I think, for the Terminator, I can't remember, and a Delegatus as well, another Delegatus. That's supposed to be a guy on a jet bike. I thought I'd make a custom throne thing for him. So those are all my standard HQs. I also had a single Librarian, a single Banner Bearer Centurion thing, a Forge Lord, a Primus Medicane, which is in standard armour, as well as a Democles Command Rhino, because Ultramarines. That's over to the side. Yeah, so let's have a look at the HQE things. So in my head, HQE things counts as a command squad. So I did it as a standard command squad. I use this captain model because I think it looks fantastic as my sort of Legion Champion. I know they didn't really exist in Heresy, but there you go. We've got 2 with Thunderhammers, Guilliman's hammers. It was important for me to have hammers. One with a Power Fist and then a Banner Bearer as well. Off to the side I've got my Invictara Suzerains. Yes, there's some blue tech holding them together. They broke, we've got that case. Yeah, 2 Thunderhammers in that, as well as the Sergeant. Well, there isn't a Sergeant, but a Sergeant-esque model that's got a plasma pistol. Yeah, and then also they're in each choices, really, aren't they? I have 3 apothecaries, but whilst they're in shot, I thought I'd show you. Yeah, let's move over. Here I have the rest of my elites choices. Veteran team, which I normally run with Marksman as their veteran trait. 2 rockets, Sarge with a combi mortar, and a Vexilla, Banner Bearer, whatevs. 10 Tartaros, 2 autocannons, Sarge has a power sword, the rest are power fists, no chain fists. And at the back is all my dreadnoughts. 3 box noughts, 2 standard ones, and then the Ultramarine Venerable one, which I would obviously use as a standard dreadnought. It was just as a Talon commander I imagined it as. At the back I have my Contemptor Dreadnought and a second sort of proxy Contemptor Dreadnought. This one's standard from the Calf box, that one. I did manage to get a custom las cannon attachment arm from some spare parts from somebody else. And then Whoops. The Contemptor Dreadnought here was just with. I'll wait for focus. There you go. Contemptor Dreadnought there was with a whatever the Mechanicum things are called. Castellan. There you go. Castellan robot as the Contemptor Dreadnought there. Yeah, and the sub-cannon Powerface. I had a spare because of Mechanicum stuff that I did, and I thought it would make a cool Dreadnought. There you go. The most important part of any Ultramarine army is the troops choices. So, in here there is a single 10-man squad of Tactical Marines. There is a 20-man squad here, and a 20-man squad in Mark IV behind. In the centre-ish, there is a legion of 20 breachers. They've all been given shields. Well, of course they've got shields, they're breachers. They've all been given power swords, and 2 of them have got melter guns. There's also a banner bearer as well, which I used banner bearer. Well, I used a librarian 4-stave staff, Grey Knight 4-stave staff. One day that might focus. There you are. Yeah, just a 4-stave, but with an Ultramarine you want it from the command squad box, I think. Focus on the rest of the army. There we go. Melter guns over here as a Legion support squad. Rotor guns as a Legion support squad. Plasma guns as the Legion support squad. I quite like the Legion support squads. Whilst we're here, we'll look at what's at the back as well. Here we've got the Lucky Taurus, whatever, storm squads. Jetpack dudes with power swords. If we can zoom in on those very quickly. Focus a little bit. Yeah, made out of a secondary guard kit. Well, 2 secondary guard kits. You can only get 5 in a kit. And I think they look fantastic. I saw the idea on Tinterweb somewhere. Thought it was a great idea. At the back, off to that side, we've got a Seeker squad. And then at the very back, there is 2 land speeders and 6 jet bikes. Jet bikes are like custom builds from the standard biker kit. I saw Templar Crusade 01 do this, and I thought it looked awesome, so I decided to steal it. Please steal it off me or him indirectly. I'll get some focus in a second. There you go. So it's a standard bike, but you sort of flip around the front wheel, take off the back wheel and replace it with a pipe. You can use PVC pipe that you can get from hobby stores, or I use till rolls because I worked in retail. Heavy bolters that are just glued to the front. Some of the heavy bolters are just heavy bolters that are cut down. Some of the other ones are off the nose of Storm Raven gunships because they're already cut down and nice. And then I've got some where I put 2 melter gun barrels next to each other as a multi-melter. Both the land speeders have multi-melters and heavy bolters because I think that's the best setup for them. Also at the back, oh, I said the Seekers tonight, yeah. Yeah, let's move over a bit and look at some heavy stuff. We have Unit 5 Fulmentaris at the front because they're fantastic. Made using standard Cal Terminators. What's Cal Factory, right? Yeah. He's got Deathwing missile from inside a drop pod. I think it's called a Deathwing missile, Deathstorm missile. And these missiles are cut down from the land speeders, the ones that go on the wings. There's obviously a left and a right, which you can see the difference between the left and the right one, but sticking with the middle, nobody else saw the difference. The hammers are actually from, and mostly broken, though I did pin them, are from Mantic Games Forge Fathers. What's that game called? Warpath. The Forge Fathers come with a lot of hammers that are just sort of free because they have open hands, which is a pretty good idea. Open hand, and you can just put any weapon in it, like a Lego man. But I'd cut them in half and repin them onto chain fist hands because the hands of chain fist are regular sized, and then that gives me my thunder hammers. Although technically they're supposed to have power mulls, but Guilliman's hammers, so they're hammers. For other heavy supports, I've got a heavy support squad of heavy bolters and a heavy support squad of missile launchers. I got so many buying all my tac squads and stuff, I decided to just stick all the heavy bolters and the missile launchers in one unit because that's how heresy works, right? Tank wise, there's a couple at the back. I'm just going to move the camera slightly. Scar and Venator, fantastic. Can't roll for rubbish with it. Hardly killed anything. And a Sakaran Punisher. Never actually used it in Heresy. I used it in one game of 40k, and then sort of Heresy kind of died with my group, but that's a story for another time. At the back I've got a Baneblade since that I've had for absolutely ages. I got it because I thought it would be in 5th edition, when I believe you could take Baneblades as part of Ultramarine or Space Marine armies in Apocalypse 5th edition. That might not be true, I might have made it up, but it was true in my gaming group. And it's still around and sticks around as in the Heresy army. Although I think it's only been used in one game. I've also got a Basilisk. It's over here. I'll move it out of the way of this bird. Move the bird out of the way. It's a pretty standard Imperial Guard Basilisk, but I have 3D printed this new barrel for it. One of the only 3D prints I got off my 3D printer, which is just magnetised on, so it's got a snubby barrel. You could just snip another barrel off or get some PVC pipe or two roll. I do have a replacement, or the standard Basilisk barrel that I can put on. Kind of a pain in the bum to magnetise because it has to suspend in the middle, the magnet. So I had to put like a pipe through it so that I could attach the magnet to it. Same on the other side, so that the magnet would be centred and the barrel would go on nicely. And yeah, last but by no means least is the Thunderhawk, and I'm going to reframe the Thunderhawk for that because I want to show it off. There it is, my custom Thunderhawk. An idea that's been around for a long time, but I haven't seen it very frequently done because Forge World is very expensive. The Heresy army. You buy 2 Storm Ravens and a Vindicator, and you smack them all together, and you get this. And it is good to have a couple of extra spare parts, so that's another till roll / PVC pipe. The heavy bolters on the bottoms is something that you won't get in those kits. These heavy bolters have been made at half with a that's a Sisters of Battle and Molitor one. Let me see if I can get it to focus. I've run out of hands. There you go. Yeah, so one of them's half of the Molitor from the Sisters of Battle. The other half is from a Predator, with a bit of sprue in the top, with a magnet on the bottom, magnet on the top, just attaching to the bottom of the missile pods. Yeah, it is pretty large. It's not large enough to be a Thunderhawk. It's I checked with some guys in the community, and it was about 20% too small. So it's correct proportionately, but just shrunk a little bit. So it's my mini hawk. Base there to cover the hole for the machine gun. That's normally there. You could clip that bit off. That's normally where the vent goes. Yeah, till roll there. That's just an engine part. Vindicators on upside down backwards. Storm Ravens on upside down backwards. These are the wings clipped down with las cannons on the bottom. You can find, if you Google it, you'll find the link somewhere. Well, instructions. It's like about 13 images in about 200 pixel quality, 200 by like 136. Yeah, follow them along. A good sense of conversion and fun, I think, is deemed with it. But you know what? It gets something that's pretty good, and it's about a third the price of a normal Thunderhawk. So there you are. I had to be a little bit creative with the stalk because it was heavy. So that's a nail with another little nail sticking out of it, and then that keys into 2 slots, which is in the chair of the standard Thunderhawk, standard Storm Raven. Slots in and then sits on its base pretty well. Used it a couple of times because it got punched out of the sky by a Dreadnought, because that's how dropping off transport works, which is fun. So there you are. Let's reframe for a second. And that's all of it. Never formally pointed it, but I usually play, well, normally we play 2,000 points and it encompasses about 3 squads. I feel like I run out of points very quickly in Heresy, but with the Thunderhawk and the Baneblade, probably takes it to 4,000 or 5,000. If I total it, I'll put a number up somewhere. Have a number. There you go. I don't think there's much to do except close. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stick around, see this video Look for some other videos. Hopefully there'll be some soon. My intention is to do some battle reports. My intention is to do more of these with both mine and other people's armies in my friend group or game group. At the end of each month, I'd like to do some paint showcases of what I've been doing. I'll put some links down in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day and a good evening. Goodbye.